this is a continuation build log part 2, I guess, of the Attache desktop. I just woke up. It's probably around 2 p.m. right now. And I decided to go check the mail, and my Pico PSU came in the mail today. It takes 12 volts in and then puts out all the required voltages except for -5 volts because obviously no ISA port because that's way outdated. So I have it running off 12 volts right here, going up to my bench supply, and yeah, at most it was drawing about 2.8 amps. Right now, after it's booted up and it's at the login prompt, I'm just going to type my password. That all works. And then right now, I'm going to log in now, so we'll see some activity. 2.4, it drops a little bit on the volts, but that's okay, well within spec. I have the amps output cranked. I don't really know how high, but since it's not dipping too much, it's not dipping at all technically, 11.9 volts is not anything to be bothered about. So I know it's not current limiting, so I can definitely do 2.4 right now. I have a little bug message. I haven't turned this computer on in a while since my last video. Yeah, we'll run some tests on the CPU, I guess. I'm going to crank it up to 100% on both cores, and we'll see how much power draw we do in order for to see if this is really capable enough. So far, since the maximum I've seen at startup was a 2.8 amps draw, it should definitely handle it, since we've seen that this is capable up to 4 amps, and I didn't go any higher because it is only rated for 3.2 amps. So, but yeah, it's within about 80%, which is about where you want it. So I'm about to draw it some tests, I guess. Sorry about the mess. I've been working on like 3 other projects at the same time, and yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna fix all this stuff on the screen and start the test. Okay, everything is fixed. You can see Compiz is still running. While doing those effects, it drew about 2 amps. We're gonna start this little program here. It's called something. Sorry about the crudity of this. You know, holding it up to the camera. I don't want to bother with screen capping this because then we'll get skewed results. And I don't have one of those HDMI capture things. Come on, open the terminal. So we're gonna use this program called something. Let me load it up. Okay, so the program we're going to be using is called Burn K6, or just CPU burn, but the way you start it up in the command prompt is by typing in burn and then whatever your chipset is. So if it's a Intel, an AMD, or whatever the hell it is, a seed thing. And since this computer is a dual core system, we have to run 2 instances. So I'm going to start up one, and here's the CPU of Core 1 and Core 2. I'm just going to start it up. Here's the first one, or the second one. And so far, at 1 core, it's doing 2.3. Let's start up the second one. And we're hitting 2.7, 2.8. I'm going to see if I can crank up the amps. Nothing. Makes no difference. So yeah, we're running pretty cool. I'm gonna touch this. It's a little warm. These caps are a bit warm. I'm guessing that's just because the way that the board is designed. I'm gonna feel the MOSFETs, the little surface mount SOT8 MOSFETs. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not hot. Like, it's not 85C. I believe the caps are rated at 105C. We'll see. I'll take it out when I turn it off. Maybe in a later video. So yeah, full core is running 2.7 amps. I'm going to stop one of them. So I'm going to run the Quit command, 2.2 amps, thereabouts. Just run some compiz action, see. Okay, it doesn't affect it at all. And I'm going to stop the second core, running the stop command, and that's it. Back to normal, 1.8, 1.6 amps at 12 volts. And yeah, so that's all going to work. It's all going to be hooked up into here. And then we're going to do a couple more tests with an ammeter to see that we don't overload that power supply. And then hopefully in a future video, we can get the railings in so I can start cutting out a piece of acrylic or a Lexan or whatever. Cut out vent holes and cut out a fan hole and make little aluminum mounting brackets for the keyboard that'll fit up there. I use the keyboard for most things. I don't really touch the mouse that often, so that's just my preference. Maybe I could fit a trackpad in somewhere. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in future vids. Thanks.